Hey guys, Bethany Long here. So there's so much going around right now, obviously with the coronavirus, with the anxiety, fear, everything is changing on a daily basis. So I wanted to share with you one of the tools that I use when I work with my clients that will reduce the fear, reduce the anxiety, and really maximize your immunity, which I think we all can use right now. So in the work that I do, I show incredibly powerful women who are feeling overwhelmed and maybe a little anxious as they're juggling parenting and volunteering and work and everything else, how to really bring the energy up, feel more joy and fun and enthusiasm and passion in their life instead of all that can happen. When I work with these clients, I use a tool called tapping or EFT or tapping. And this is a super powerful tool because there's clinical studies to show that it works on the nervous system. There's hundreds of studies, and it reduces our anxiety and our stress by working on the cortisol and the adrenaline. So after the first minute or so of doing this tapping, you start to reduce the cortisol. And then I think it takes about 5 minutes or so to start to reduce the adrenaline, which really isn't that bad. Now, remember, our fight or flight, our nervous system is a fantastic thing to bring up this adrenaline and cortisol when we need to, run away from a tiger. But the problem is this coronavirus is not the tiger, and we're sitting in, the news and the daily reports, and it's just fear constantly. Everything is shutting down. Our kids are home. Our stress levels are through the roof. And I don't know about you, but I know I can even feel it. And so I want to share this with you today, do some tapping with you so that you can start to bring down that fight or flight response, which is a natural response, but we don't need that right now. Because the other thing that happens is it takes away from your smarts, your brilliance. It takes away your breath, right? So we're not breathing as deeply. And it really does have a negative impact on the immune system. And right now is when we want to be having our faculties around us. We want to be thinking more clearly. We want to get the information and take action that we need to be taking, right? So we want to have all of that, but we don't, it's much harder when you're in that fight or flight response. And, our kids are at home, most of us anyway. And I've got my 5-year-old Dylan, and she's amazing. And it's extremely 10 times more challenging dealing with these fears and these stresses when our children and our family are all around us. We're secluded from our family and our friends that we would normally have as support systems, as things to lift us up, get us laughing, and doing all these other things that actually boost the immune system and support the immune system. And the more isolated we feel, the more down and, sort of in the dumps we can feel, again, depressing that immunity response. And we have this natural immune system, and we're really maximizing it, allowing it to come through. It's our innate immune system. We're really not even boosting it. We're just allowing it to move through us when we reduce that fight or flight response. So what I want to do is bring you through a little bit of a tapping script right now that you can do at any time. Sleep is of the utmost importance right now. Obviously, good food, good hygiene, and sleep is really important. We know all of these things, right? It's hard to sleep sometimes when you have these thoughts going through your head. What am I going to do? What's tomorrow going to bring? What's happening on the other side of the world? All that fear, all that drama that's literally in our faces on the daily, minute by minute. We want to be able to have a good, restful sleep. Moving this through your system, moving that fear through the system, allowing it to move, allowing it yourself to voice it while using this tool is going to start to allow it to come through so it gets heard and moved, but it's not sitting there and festering and, again, taxing the nervous system and taxing your immunity and your immune response, okay? This is something great you can do with children and kids and anyone in your family, but most importantly for you. You want to be doing this so that you are at your fullest and your best, the best that we can be in these trying times. It's not easy. As I just told my daughter this morning, I'm human too, and I make mistakes and I get snappy, and it's totally okay. But how do we bring our full selves to this whole situation? Okay. So what I want you to do right now is I'm going to show you the points first, and we'll just tap through the points. So there's one on your head right here. And so these are acupressure points that you're tapping on. Okay, so you'll just tap right along with me, and you just use all your fingers there. And then using 2 fingers, but I like to use these 2 fingers, you're going to do your inner eye right here. And then you're going to tap on your outer eye. We're on the bone, the orbital bone. Okay? I'm going to tap right on your bone, on the outer eye, and you're going to tap underneath too. And you're just breathing and tapping. And then you're going to tap right here, right in between your nose and your lip, and then right here in your chin. And then you want to get your collarbone. So you got your collarbone, and if you go down a little bit, there's these two sort of indentations. And I just use all my fingers, and we're tapping there as well. So these are just acupressure points. Okay, you might already start to be feeling a little more calm now, perhaps. It works very quickly. And there's one under your arm for women. It's right where your bra strap would be. And this is a really great one to use as well. It looks awkward and weird, but it's really good. And this might be, and right here on the karate chop point. And this all might look awkward or weird, so don't take my word for it. And you don't have to believe all of the clinical studies that show how it reduces the nervous system response, the fight or flight, but just try it for yourself and just see how it feels for you, okay? And there's also points that you can use that we won't use in this tapping, but if you're in a public place and you don't want to be seen doing this, although sometimes at this point I'll just tap right here on my collarbone, but you can do this one, or right here on the inside of your finger, you get your thumbs, and you can just tap right there, okay? And that can also calm you down too. All right, so these are the tapping points we're going to use. You're going to follow along with me, but before you do that, from 1 to 10, maybe you're out of 15. I know everything's very heightened right now. It's scary. We don't know, what's happening. And more importantly, if you have kids at home, it can be stressful. So measure your stress, your anxiety from a 1 to 10. 10 being the highest, maybe you're out of 15 right now. And then 0 would be like nothing. You're floppy and probably barely alive. I imagine none of us are at a 0 right now. So just do 1 to 10 or higher and just really feel your body. You might be out of your body right now. You might be in a place where it's like, you're kind of spinning in your head. So sometimes you need to take a deep breath, get back into your body, just kind of feel what's really going on there. And you'll probably be surprised. It's more than likely a higher number than you're thinking. Okay, it's probably even higher than you're thinking. So just take a breath. What number are you at right now? Because I know mine's even a little bit heightened right now. Okay, and again, this is something you can do every day, multiple times a day, definitely before bed, definitely after watching the news, just to get yourself grounded and centered and relaxed so you can think more clearly. Right? So you're not getting swept up in there's a lot of false information coming out, and the newest information is coming as quick as it can, right? So you want to just be able to take it in and make the daily steps that need to be taken. Okay, that's what we're going after. All right, so you got your number. All right, so now we're going to tap through the points, follow along with me. Sometimes I bring it up a notch and I might go a little bit like overboard in how I'm feeling, because it just brings it through and out your mouth and out of your body, and that's what we want. Okay, so here we go, tapping through the points. All this fear. I am afraid. This virus is scary. I'm doing the best I can. I'm trying to keep my family safe, but it is scary. It's unknown. I'm trying to stay calm, but it really is hard. I can feel the anxiety in my body. I can feel my shoulders scrunching up. I can feel the fear in my body. I can feel the anxiety in my body. And I'm trying to stay calm, but it's really challenging. All this fear. My children are home, and I'm trying to make videos, and it's stressful. And we're trying to work from home, and it's really challenging. Or I'm out of work. Maybe you're out of work, and it feels stressful and scary, and when am I going to get back? It's really very challenging. Everything is unknown. They're starting to close things down. The restaurants are closing. We're trying to have social distance. Please stop. Thank you. We're working from home, and it adds all of these new challenges. We're trying to keep our children occupied and safe. And we can be lonely, isolated, and there's so much unknown. We keep hearing things from other sides of the world, videos, texts, emails, news, constantly filled with fear and the unknown. It is hard not to be afraid. It's really hard not to be stressed out. And I'm trying really hard, the best I can. And sometimes I get angry and I want to cry and I'm stressed and I'm irritable. I have all these feelings. It is hard to keep them in check right now. I'm balancing and juggling so many things on top of this coronavirus, my regular everyday stress. And I just want to honor all of these things that I'm feeling, everything that I'm juggling. It's hard to stay calm. All of this fear and anxiety in my body. And I'm really doing the best that I can. I just want to honor all these feelings and all the stress that's in my body as I take care of my family the best I can. So just take a nice deep breath for a moment. And we're dealing with the everyday, and it is so hard. So what we want to try to bring in is a little bit of that relaxation, taking down the adrenaline, taking down the cortisol, so you can really think clearly now. And think about the next steps that you want to take, right? We're keeping our hands clean. We're getting outside, getting some sun if possible, and getting some fresh air, being in nature, keeping our distance too. It's important as well, right? There are lots of things we can control. Okay, so that's where we want to focus on, the things we can control. And maybe watching the news once or twice a day just to get the information you need and then turn it off so that you are in the know, you can make strategic decisions, but you're also not being constantly inundated with the fear, which 100% will affect the nervous system and start to bring down your immunity. And we need to laugh, like I'm going to give my baby a hug right now, who's always manages to pop in these videos the second I go live. It never fails, and it's totally how we have to roll with it, right? Especially now. And it's just the way it has to be. So we'll do one more quick round to kind of build you up a little bit, just get some of that positivity going, and then see how that feels throughout the rest of the day. And we'll get a check of your 1 to 10. Okay, we'll do that scale as well. So we'll just tap through the points again. So I want to honor the fear and anxiety that's going through my system. And it's not easy. And I have some compassion for myself as I do my best, the best that I can do. And I choose to control the things that I can control. I choose to control the things that I can control. I take a nice deep breath. Relax my body. And I get the information that I need. And I make my daily plan. My daily plan. Get some lessons done. Get a little bit of work done. Get outside. And just do it on a daily basis. We don't know the future, but we just do the best we can. And I call all of my brilliance and my groundedness and my breath to keep me in this space. All right, take a nice deep breath. And I'm going to give my darling a little hug right now because she needs one too. Okay. As we're on video. And we just do the best we can. All right, so hopefully that helps you. So do a 1 to 10 and just feel in your body now, right? So how does your body feel now? And can you feel every breath you take is a little bit deeper? And if not, you can just literally tap right here on this point, and you can just feel your breath will go deeper and deeper. Okay? And the breath also is super powerful. Relaxes the nervous system. It does a whole million of other things too. So just breathing deep is miraculous in this time of all this fear and anxiety that we're kind of feeling. So just keep breathing. And then 1 to 10. And notice if you went down from like a 10 to an 8, that's a dramatic quantum leap shift in your anxiety and your fear. And the more you tap, the more you do that, the more you'll be able to reduce that number. Okay. And the more we just wait 1 second, please. And the more we reduce that number, the calmer we feel, the more we can be present and grounded. I know I feel better. I don't know about you guys, but I know I feel better. I needed that today. All right, so keep it up. You're doing the best you can. Know that. If nobody's told you, I'm telling you. And let's get through this together, okay? Bye, guys.